Okay, my name is Kartini. I'm from the Center for E-Learning. I'm a multimedia developer, also the social media administrator for CEL. So let's start. Okay, so what we'll do for the next half an hour, we'll get to know what Hangouts is and how each of you can actually get to know how to actually use your Google Plus account, which is basically your Gmail. Okay, then we'll dive straight to a hands-on on the technical know-hows, and we'll actually simulate a Google Hangout. Okay, then we'll leave the question and answer towards the end of the session. Okay, so what is Google Hangouts? Okay, I'll leave the texty details, and instead I will show you a quick half-a-minute video.
These days, getting together takes a lot of planning. Sometimes we just want to hang out with friends who have some free time. Hangouts let you shoot the breeze with whoever's free in the circles you choose. With just a couple of clicks, it feels like you're in the same room with your friends, even if you're miles away from each other. With Hangouts, friends can drop by unexpectedly. It's like bumping into someone you know at a local cafe. So drop in anytime and say hello, face to face to face.
Okay, now you've watched the YouTube video. So basically, Google Hangouts is, you can use it anywhere with just the use of, whether be it on your desktop, your laptop, or even your smartphone devices, or the devices or tablets that you own nowadays. So you can use Hangouts everywhere. You can, on top of just sending and receiving messages, you can also add Google Hangouts help is better with Google+. So with just your Gmail account, you can explore wonders using the Google Hangouts platform. Okay, so you may think that having to use Hangouts moves you away from your Google profile, which is actually not. Your Hangouts profile is actually your Google profile, so everything works seamlessly with one account. Okay, the system requirements, you can access the link that, just click on the link to find out more. Otherwise, I'll leave you to read the requirements at your own time. Okay, basically what you need your PC, your laptops, devices with camera feature, and also a headphone if you wish to speak or through a video. Okay, and you can talk to basically anyone with a Google account. So you can actually be the one who invites people to hang out with you, where you can do video conferencing. You can actually invite or create an event to invite people to hang out with you at a later date, which is not live. And you can also have a private small space where you actually want to conference with another person. Or you can even make your session, your Google session, public. Okay, so now without further ado, we can start a Hangout. But before I do, there's a URL here, okay, that you may wish to click. Okay, okay, so you'll be brought to this. Okay, this is not Hangouts yet, but because due to time constraint, I actually have a session already set up. I'll show you how to do this, but let's start from the basic. Okay, so now can everybody go to the Google browser and just click google.com, and you should be at the Google search engine page. And everyone should have a Google account, Gmail account. Yes? Okay, so you log in with your Google account and you click sign in. Okay, so is everybody signed in? Okay, if you're signed in, on your top right hand side of your Google page, you will see that there's a circle, maybe like a circle representation of yourself, with whether you have your own image there. Okay. Okay, if you click on it, you will see your account details. And for now, we want to go to your Google Plus profile. So you click on View Profile. Yours will look different from mine. So you will actually see a representation of yourself. So this, what you see now on the screen, is your G Plus profile or Google Plus profile. Okay. Most of you will wonder how I actually arrived to this page. You just, on your Google search engine page on the top right, there's this icon. You just need to click on View Profile, and you'll be immediately brought to your profile page. Okay. From here, you will see at the top left, just below your Google icon here, if you mouse over to your profile, you will realize that the navigation will drop down, and this is how you access the various tools. But now what we are focusing on is on Hangouts. Okay? So if you click on Google Hangouts, this is your Hangouts. This is the overall Google Hangouts feed. Okay? For Google Hangouts, there's only 3 functions right now. There's the home, which is the feed for all Google users who are actually already using or are using live right now. Okay, Hangouts on Air. Remember the link that you clicked earlier on that I've prompted you to click is actually a live Hangout on Air. So these are all happening live. If you see at the top right of each video, there's actually a live there. So if you actually click on it, you will actually view the live Hangout session. But let's say you wish to hang out right now. So just click on Video Hangouts, and you will see a blank screen. So what do is you start a video hangout. Naturally, when you click, you will see this. Okay? Right. This is the part where you wish to hang out with somebody. Okay? So you'll naturally include a message on the nature of your inviting the person for a hangout. And also this portion, who do you invite? You'll see that they will prompt you to add names, circles, or email addresses. For this method, all you require is if the person is already in your circles, which is like, for example, your friends or even colleagues that you have already added prior to this invitation, you may do so. Or you can actually just use the person's Gmail. Okay. So if you click a person's Gmail address, you will see that there's a drop down. So I have a Google profile, so you will see this. Otherwise, if the person doesn't have a Gmail account, you can send an email to the email address that you have keyed in. And let's say I'll invite myself. Okay, so this is what it will look like, and you straight away click on invite. Okay, that is how simple you can. And if you wish to share the link to your Hangouts and share it to people, there is a link to share right at the top. Okay. Before you click on invite, you will see that there are certain checkboxes that you wish to add or check or uncheck. So mostly, if you're only chatting with 10 or lesser people, you would uncheck the box which requires you to have more than, which requires the guest to be 18 and above. So if let's say you're sharing some explicit content which you shouldn't, so it should remain unchecked. Okay? So a quiet invitation is where you want this session to be private. Okay? So if I uncheck, that means everyone who has a Google account will actually see my session, and whatever that's what they can just join without invitation. Okay, so I'll click on cancel for now. Okay, and so basically, this is the layout of the Google Hangouts page. So on the left side, before I do a live demo, on the left panel, this is the navigation. Okay, there's the chat at the top left, followed by a screen share, which you can share your screen with the people you're chatting with, and capturing images, you can do so, and then share YouTube, Google Drive, documents, and so on. Okay, so let me just leave this. And okay, I've already, beforehand, I already created a Google Hangouts on Air, which I've briefly described to you. So, which is actually this, Hangouts on Air. Okay, it's just next to the video Hangouts. Hangouts on Air, what it does is, it actually records your session, and immediately once your session ends, it will send a YouTube link, because what happens is YouTube will actually record your session as you start it. Okay, that's the difference between a Hangouts on Air and a video Hangouts. So how do you start a Hangout on Air? There's the button that says Start a Hangout on Air. So this is what makes it different. You can have a session like that starts right now, but what you need to do is, if it's now, you need to target your audience. If you just set it to public, by default Google does this for you. If you set it to public, anyone is able to view this, whether you who are people who are in your circles, or even has access to your public Google profile. Okay, so this is if I want to start the session now. For a session that I wish to conduct later, let's say later in the year or later this week, all you need to do, just click on later, specify the date, and then you can choose the dates, followed by the time, and you can set the duration to up to 8 hours. So what you determine is, like, you can define the session to be half an hour or as long as 8 hours. Okay, I'll click on cancel for now because I've already have an event created. Okay, so if you already created the video Hangouts on Air session, this is what you will see. At the top here is what I created, a banner. So it gives a heads up to people who you're inviting, and there's the title that you fill up. Okay. So now how this works, so let's say it will show that this Hangout session is hosted by me because I created this event. Okay. So I will have control of who or when I wish to start. Okay. So let's say now I decide to start. Okay, I'll click on Start. So there will be a prompt on YouTube to tell you that you are about to broadcast live on Google Plus and YouTube. Okay, so I click on OK. So if you look at the bottom, you'll see that there's a starting. So there will be a prompt at the top left saying that this Hangout is now on live. Hi everybody. Okay, first I'd like to introduce to you Bernard, who is a multimedia developer in CEL. Bernard, say hello.
Hello, hi. I'm Bernard.
Okay, then next I have Nico, who is also a video content developer.
Hi everyone.
Okay, and from the class itself, I have Sally, who is our
I'm at the back of the room.
Who is our assistant head, and Benji, who is
I'm next door.
Okay, so naturally, this is how a video Hangout is. And if you see, I've already created a video live Hangout on Air. You will see at the top right of my screen that there's a live icon. So that means whatever is happening, is being recorded. At any time, if you wish to stop broadcast or stop recording, you can click on stop broadcast. Okay. So I will not click stop until the end of my demonstration. Okay, right now what you see on my left panel is the chat function. The two I will indicate that there's actually somebody trying to chat. So if I click on the icon, I will see that there's somebody saying. So naturally, I will just reply, say hello everybody. Okay, this is one of the features in Google Hangouts, the chat feature, which you can virtually like send a chat message on the go. Second will be screen share. Depending on the network, I will skip this screen share, but basically what it does is I will actually allow all my the participants in this Hangout session to actually share my screen with them so they are able to see. But one good thing is the Google Drive function right here. Okay, if I click on it, what happens is Hangouts will actually open my Google Drive, and I am able to create a shared notes or a shared sketchpad. Okay. So if I click on create a share note, and let's see. So I can actually tell everybody in the chat room, sorry. Okay. So now you will see that now Bernard has access. Bernard, are you there?
Yes, I'm inside already.
Yeah. See? So now what Bernard is doing is he is concurrently editing this Google document along with me. And Nico is in it. So simply said, with Google Drive, you can actually share your access to your documents or even create. Okay, to share your documents, on top of your Hangout Notes icon, above it, this is what you wish to add here. Right now, what it does is it creates a folder together with a notes. Okay. Okay. Right now, then the other feature is you can actually capture pictures. So naturally, like any smartphones or devices, there's the camera icon. Simply, okay, let's say, Benji, can I take a photo of you?
Sure.
Okay, smile. Say hello and smile. So naturally, I click on this and I take a photo. So what Google does is it actually captures pictures. And then if you wish to speak directly to a person, let's say you want a bigger view of them, you can just click on each of their windows, the smaller windows, so you can actually see them face to face. Okay. Okay, so now let's try to create a sketch. Just add. I want to create a shared sketchpad. Okay. So a shared sketchpad is where you can sort of like draw diagrams. Not if you actually have tools to actually draw or even add images, you can do so. Yep. These are the functions. And also, you can share YouTube videos on your Hangouts. If let's say you don't see these icons, how you would add the icons? If you look at the navigation right at the bottom, there's a 3 dots. If you click on it or just mouse over it, you will actually see that you can click to add apps. So if you click on it, then you can actually choose from an array of apps to actually include. You can do slide share or even have Scoot and Doodle on Hangouts. So there's a vast collection of apps that you can actually use and explore. Okay. So, so now I will actually stop broadcast now to stop the recording. So what happens once I stop is now that the Google Hangouts is off air. So now, once I've stopped the broadcast, you will see that there's a problem. This Hangout on air is now over. So if I click on close, it will have a recorded video here. So if you go to the link that I provided earlier, and you click on play, what YouTube does is it actually shows the session that was recorded earlier. The top left saying that this Hangout is now on live. So people can watch your video at a later time.